Today we'll be looking at three terms described by Aristotle as modes of persuasion and esoteric views about them. Logos, ethos, and pathos form part of any rhetoric, any statement that is intended to convince another of one's own point of view. Of them, logos is compared like the sun. Like the sun, logos is blazing forth. It is hard not to see it, yet too much of it can blind someone. Logos is necessary, thus, for our survival, and yet we hate, we hate the sun when it is warm outside. We don't like too much sun, and for the same reason, we don't like too much logos. With the sun, we have a love and hate relationship. Only in the winters and only after the rain, we like the sun. At all other times, though, at each point in time, we need the sun's energy for survival. We hate the sun, and we would rather have an evening to go out where the power of the sun is dimmed. Similarly, people dislike truth when there is too much of it. They want only to keep the convenient parts of it, even though truth is necessary for our survival and allows us to even have the existence on earth. Like the sun, logos is the primary source of energy, a primary source of the movement in the societies. Everything happens though we cannot see it, but the power of logos in a long term or a long scale. Logos is differentiated from ethos, which is compared to a moon. Like the moon, we always like morality. Morality, by its very own nature, is something that creates in us a sense of accomplishment and a sense of self worth. But just like the moon waxes and wanes, so does morality in societies. Morality seeks its existence or glory from the sun, that is the truth. Morality is beautiful, it is endearing to the eyes, but morality does not provide anything else to us that is necessary for our existence other than light in a lot of darkness. Morality is thus a pretty good counterpart in esotericism of the moon and imbibes properties of the moon. It is differentiated from the pathos, which represents stars. While the sun is generally one, moon can be many, but are a lot smaller in number than the number of stars. The stars are infinite, and thus each person can be said to have different preference. Not only the stars appear to be beautiful when looked on from the distance, not only they have their own effulgence, but one of the things about the stars is that they also twinkle as they appear to us. The twinkling of the stars is for us a sort of dynamism, which shows that preferences wax and wane at a higher rate, a much higher rate than even the morality, while the logos is more or less constant and fixed. Pathos represents our internal tendency, a beauty which we desire, but it is of no use to us. In fact, stars also provide a very little light on their own, but only in the masses they can provide light in the darkness, which can be helpful to us. And even then, this light is most valuable only when there is little or no morality. That is, the moon is at its lowest position. This is the esoteric view of logos, ethos, and pathos, and thus is concluded with regards to the nature of society and the human soul.